Why Arsenal missed out on Morgan Rogers, despite clear Mikel Arteta transfer demand. Shock Chelsea hijack and World Cup injury woes have left Gunners reeling. Mikel Arteta was very clear in what he expected from Arsenal's summer transfer window. Speaking after the Champions League final defeat by Paris Saint-Germain at the end of last season, the Spaniard immediately turned his attention to the new campaign. We will have to start making some very important decisions if we want to reach another level, he said. We are going to have to show that ambition, because we are more than capable of doing it, but it is going to demand us to be very ambitious, very fast and very smart. Arsenal had a training camp in Marbella last week, and their pre-season officially began at the Sober Realty Training Centre on Monday, as Arteta starts the preparations for a Premier League title defence and another push at Europe. He will know his words have not yet been put into action. Arsenal will soon complete the signing of Christos Tzolis, but Ilan Meslier has so far been the only new arrival. Piero Hincapié's loan move has also been made permanent. A slower window is inevitable to a degree with it being a World Cup year, and there is still plenty of time for Arsenal to strengthen sufficiently. However, the summer has quite clearly not gone to plan as it stands. Most frustrating to Arteta will be losing out on Morgan Rogers, who was top of Arsenal's wish list in the transfer market. Arteta is a huge admirer of Rogers. He viewed the 23-year-old as the ideal profile for his squad, adding physicality and versatility in midfield and on the left wing. The Gunners appeared to be in pole position to sign Rogers, who they felt was keen on the move. Personal terms were never deemed to be an issue. Arsenal, though, were outflanked. They lined up a move 4 weeks and planned to accelerate that once England were out of the World Cup. Chelsea acted more decisively, agreed a £117 million deal, and Arsenal were dealt a major blow. While the Gunners held interest in the likes of Sandro Tonali and Matheus Fernandes, it was felt the figures for those players were too high and moves were not pursued. However, Rogers was a player that Arsenal, and particularly Arteta, did want. Missing out on him will frustrate the Spaniard, and the optics for the club are not good. Arteta will also not particularly have enjoyed some of his World Cup viewing this summer. William Saliba was forced off with a back injury in France's semi-final defeat by Spain, and he now faces a lengthy spell on the sidelines. A final decision has not yet been made on whether Saliba requires surgery, but it is an issue that he was carrying well before the World Cup. Reports in France suggest that an operation would rule Saliba out for up to 5 months. Even if that is not required, the centre-back is still likely to be given a significant period of rest. The fitness of Declan Rice and Bukayosaka will also be firmly in the mind of Arteta. The fact both played the full 90 minutes in a third-place playoff will not have thrilled him. Rice has been managing neural pain in his hamstring since Christmas, and he looked well off his best at the World Cup. The midfielder also battled sickness during the knockout stages and after a hectic club season in desperate need of a break. Rice will now get the mandatory 21 days of holiday after the World Cup, which would take him close to Arsenal's Community Shield clash with Manchester City on August 16th. Saka scored a hat-trick against France in the third-place playoff, but that was only the third match he started. He suffered an Achilles injury in March, and Thomas Tuchel felt the need to manage his minutes in the tournament, with Saka's training also limited at times. Saka and Rice will return to Arsenal next month, and Arteta will surely be cautious with them. The Gunners play only 5 times in the Premier League before the extended 3-week international break in mid-September. Arteta will hope to have not only his stars up to full fitness again by that point, but also his squad bolstered by new faces. Arsenal have not been able to do that for the start of pre-season, and they have missed out on their top target to arrival. Andrea Berta delivered for Arsenal last summer. With expectations now even higher, and Arteta demanding more having had a taste of major silverware, the pressure is firmly on the sporting director.